Hello and welcome to IABM TV. Today I'm joined by Jon Flay, Managing Director of Megahertz. Jon, welcome to IABM TV.
Thank you very much.
So you've launched the world's first fully electric news gathering vehicle here. So what can you tell us about this?
Well, it's a fascinating vehicle. We had an opportunity working with the BBC, who are constantly under pressure from local government with ultra-low emission zones being introduced actually all over Europe. And more the pressure on broadcasters is not to have diesel engines or generators running all day long as news bulletins are being prepared. So the opportunity came up to look at new electric vehicles and how to use them in a news gathering environment.
So sustainability was one of the key reasons.
Sustainability, very much. There are a number of ventures going on around the world promoting sustainability and green credentials, especially with broadcasters.
Okay, and so where's the truck going after the show?
So after the show, the truck is going to be used by the BBC on trial for 6 months. They're going to be running it as a city-based news gathering vehicle to see how the vehicle performs and how they can use it and how much they save as a result.
Okay, and so Jon, more and more companies seem to be conscious of their sustainability efforts. So where else do you think in the world that this type of thing will take off?
Well, we're seeing all over the world more and more electric vehicles being promoted, particularly in countries such as Norway, where I believe about 50% of new vehicles this year sold will be electric vehicles. We're seeing all over the world ventures like that happening. So a lot of European capitals are increasingly demanding zero emissions or low emission zones. And we're seeing places such as Singapore and Malaysia starting to catch on as well.
So were there any challenges when developing a fully electric? Because obviously there's some that are part electric, but there must have been some challenges with it being fully.
Yeah, there are a number of challenges. One is how to persuade the vehicle to share its charge with a technical battery system where the vehicle manufacturers wouldn't take it kindly if we took from the vehicle battery power. So we've had to set up a separate battery load for the technical equipment. Another one is simply because batteries are a lot heavier than a fuel tank, the payload of any vehicle is significantly restrained. So we have to introduce weight-saving measures. The desk is a carbon fiber desk. The racking is aluminium, and we've introduced lots of other things to save weight on the payload. So between the weight saving and obviously for city-based news gathering anyway, there is typically space restrictions, so you're looking for a small vehicle as low as possible that can get into a car park, that can use a regular car parking space. Right. So there are a number of constraints and balance as always.
So how's it been received with people that have been looking around it?
So far the reception has been fantastic. People are very enthusiastic. We have more visitors than ever just coming. A lot of people seem to want to have their photo taken holding on to a green vehicle on the stand. But there's a lot of enthusiasm from broadcasters, from real customers that are seeing this as an opportunity to demonstrate their own green credentials.
So do you think we'll see more and more of these electric vehicles coming through?
I think there's no alternative, and it's not necessarily just satellite vehicles. The presence of a dish on the roof is more or less irrelevant. This could be a small production vehicle, it may be a cellular bonding vehicle. So I can see that the future, particularly as more manufacturers release EV vans, larger payload vehicles, the future is looking very bright for electric vehicles within broadcast.
Okay, and so you've got a great reputation at Megahertz for building OB vans.
Thank you.
What does that make up the core of your business, or is there other parts?
No, it's funny. I think it's an old perception that Megahertz is a builder of small vehicles. We in fact, vans have made a very small part of our revenue over the last several years. We've recently migrated a large IP project in Asia. We've been building studios, playout centres, and last year we released a large new news channel in France. Right. So we build all kinds of projects as well as small vehicles.
Okay. Well, Jon, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You can find out more about these vehicles and more at megahertz.co.uk.